So hello again. This is video number 3, and as you can see, I've upgraded my surroundings slightly. I'm no longer in the bathroom. The only downside of that is I think the bathroom was easier to light, but hey, I'm trying to upgrade here. So this is video number 3, yeah, and I'm going to finally be getting to the types of videos I had originally planned, which was discussing topics that I felt personally attached to, personally involved with, want to have a discussion on, and they tend to be argued over a great deal. Now, I notice I've been kind of avoiding this, and I think it's because it's such a massive subject, and there's so many points that I didn't really know where to begin. So what I've decided to do is I'm planning on making numerous videos, so I'm going to break this up. I'm not going to try to tackle it all in one video, so let me make that very clear. I'm not going to try to cover everything here, so don't say, oh, well, you forgot to bring up this, you forgot to mention this. I know. Let's do this a little bit at a time. I'm a rambler, I'm a talker. I do these videos extemporaneously. They're already long if I'm not careful, so I think this is the best way to do it. And again, these will improve over time. So okay, let's get to it. Firearms. Nothing hot about that topic, right? So we have two basic sides to this, and we are constantly screaming at each other why we disagree with each other and why that makes the other side bad. Okay, that's fine, but the reason why we can do this is because we all have the same goal, or at least we should, okay? It shouldn't be about an agenda or what they can gain for their side. The end goal that we want is to stop school shootings, theater shootings, concert shootings, church shootings, any of them. We want them to stop. And we have all these ideas, and we're calling the other ones evil and wrong and sick for not agreeing with us. And well, that's not solving anything. And I think we all know that. I'm not saying I'm not guilty. I've done it plenty of times. But I know it's not working. And here's why. I'm going to use a metaphor that a former boss of mine used. And it was so great that I really added on to it. I ran with it, okay? And this will kind of open up the discussion. Okay, here's the metaphor, basically. So you have this herd of pronghorn, right? And they keep getting attacked by this tiger, killing them, eating them. So they get together and have this discussion. How can we stop this tiger from killing us? What can we do? So they say, I know. Let's cut off all our horns, our antlers. Okay, so that's his metaphor. And it's great because it says so much. Now, here's the idea. They want to take their own defense away to stop the tiger. Okay, so that's what the pro-gun people are saying about the people that want to ban them. Okay, and a lot of people say, well, don't you mean another pronghorn? They were bad, and you took their antlers and everybody else's antlers. Like, you know, there's one bad guy with a gun, and you took it. No. It has to be a tiger, and let me explain why. Because a tiger is a different animal. A tiger doesn't care about antlers. He never cared about antlers. He doesn't need antlers. He's going to kill you. That's all he knows. You can take away whatever you want, but he still wants to kill you. That's what we are trying to say on our side, the pro side. If it was as simple as just, hey, we're all pronghorns with antlers and sometimes we poke each other, okay, but it's not. So here's what it comes down to. People say, well, okay, the problem is the tiger, right? I think we can all agree on that. What do we do about the tigers that want to kill us? I don't know. Nobody does. Nobody does. And since we can't deal with that, since we can't answer that, we're going up to the next level and we're arguing up here, which is pointless. It is absolutely pointless. But what I can say from my point of view is We don't want less protection for any of us. That is not the answer. But I also understand why not everybody is going to agree with me. It's about how we're raised, what we know, and what we don't know. I've been raised around firearms my entire life. They've always been around. I know how they work. I know why they work. And I'm comfortable with them. And I also, I'm familiar with history, and I see what places get attacked and what places do not. But I understand that there's a discomfort there. But it's about us not arguing with each other anymore and standing up and saying, hey, we've got the same goal. We want to stop this. Let's start protecting ourselves. It's something I don't think gets discussed enough. And I think it's because us pro-gun people tend to be so busy defending it that we don't mention this. When we choose to carry, it's not just about us and our family, like, oh, you mess with me, you mess with my family, I'm going to shoot you down. That is part of it. I'm not going to lie. But we all run through scenarios in our heads, those of us that choose to carry. And it's about protecting everybody around us, too. It's the idea that, you hear about a shooting, like at the Aurora Theater, and you think, oh, why couldn't there have just been one person there that was armed that could have... That's what we think about. And it's our willingness to do something about it. Say we're at the grocery store, scenarios we've all run, and somebody starts shooting. We're going to be the ones that are going to jump out, taking the risk to defend everyone, strangers, everyone, because we have the ability. We have the teeth. It comes down to the sheepdog, sheep, and wolf scenario. There will always be wolves out there that just want to kill, maim, and hurt. But there will also always be the sheepdogs that are willing to take the sacrifice to protect against the wolf, to fight the wolf. And that's the mentality. It's not this hero thing. It's not a hero complex. It's, if we have the training, the knowledge, and ability, it's a duty. You have to. You have to. So it wouldn't matter how against us you were on the firearms if people were shooting. It's not like we're going to throw you out there. We're going to protect everybody. And I wish that point could be made more clear, that we could stop fighting with each other and say, that does matter to us, because you're a citizen here. You're an innocent person. You don't deserve to be harmed. We don't want you harmed. But again, it's like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you're familiar with it, it's basically the idea that, at the bottom is like breathing, your heart going, basic functions, and then, going to the bathroom, reproduction. At the very top, it's like how nice your house looks. Very, very top, self-actualization, nirvana sort of thing. That if you can't breathe, you don't care what your drapes in your house look like, okay? Because until that need is met, nothing else matters. If you are unable to reproduce or take care of your children, you're not trying to reach self-actualization, okay? So if we can't meet the need of this tiger here, figure out what's going on here, then we're going to just ignore it and argue up here while they run rampant and rip things apart. Well, we're just hurting each other. We are. And yeah, I get why there's anger when we disagree, but in the end, aren't we all trying to get the same thing? And in the end, no matter how much we disagree, don't we kind of want to protect each other and each other's children? We want to protect our own children and each other's. It should be, wait a second, we're Americans, we're a young country, and we make our mistakes, but we were born of rebels and strength, and it should be, oh, nobody's going to mess with us, especially here. We're going to stand up together, and we're going to find a solution. Some are going to seem extreme to others. Like, to me, the idea of having more armed people at school sounds awesome. I get why that might bother some people. If a teacher isn't willing or able, well, I don't want them to have a gun either. That's the last person I want to have a gun. I want somebody that is comfortable, familiar, and well trained, because we gun people, safety is top priority. Okay, we train and train and learn. So we don't want people that aren't willing, but the ones that are willing and trained, yeah. And then add trained armed people. There are plenty out there that are ready to stand outside the schools. Because let's just talk about the facts, people. Disagreements or not, what places are least likely to be attacked? Heavily armed facilities that have all the security options. They have armed guards, they have security cameras, whatnot. It's the combination that's important. A gun-free zone is a target, period. Okay? Giving up your liberties and your freedoms for a sense of security. Well, frankly, I don't have to say anything about it. History says it over and over and over again. And I get how compelling that is. Oh, we just change this one thing and we can all feel safer. It is a lie, that feeling of safety. It is a lie. Look at history. Never, ever give up your liberties and your freedoms for a sense of safety. Just look at history. And again, we gun owners, we don't want to hurt you. We want to protect you, us, from wolves. I mean, I know that my stupid video with very few viewers is probably not going to reach any people to make this point, but I wish it did. I wish that we had a chance to discuss things like this more often, that we could talk in this manner, even if we disagree about it, because we just want the same goal so badly. And we just had another shooting in New Zealand. And I don't think, if you have read his manifesto, this is what he wants. This is specifically what people like him want, is us arguing with each other over stupid bullshit. And let's be frank, the things that we are squabbling over right now in this country are fucking stupid. Let's get real. Let's look at what's going on in the world and how fortunate we are, and stop trying to break that down because we have a diluted sense of our own troubles. Because we've got it good. We've got to stop. Anyway, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. So I want to keep this short, because as I said, I'm a rambler, and I want to keep this into smaller discussions. And if somebody's actually here watching this, thank you so very much. I'm truly honored, and I would love to hear your thoughts, even if you disagree with me. And I know people will, vehemently, passionately, but maybe we can have a discussion, because I know that YouTube comments are always filled with such great cerebral formation and compassion and intellect. But no, seriously, even if you agree, or you agree and just kind of, well, kind of, I would like to hear the ideas. That'd be great. So yeah, upgrade from the bathroom, and I promise I'm gonna get better at like editing and put like pictures in, keep y'all entertained, moving pictures. And it's not just my face or that or this koala. My kids and I, we move around the house. Whoever finds him first moves in. And I don't even think you can actually see that in the video. So, random koala. Okay, because it's a piece of my life, and I know you really cared about that. Or not. Anyway, thank you for stopping by if you watch this, and we'd love to hear from you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.